Now, the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel.
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
Everyone's favorite is Angel Reese. Bio as WNBA World Highlights and Major Vulnerability. Barbie revealed her unequal deal, and the WNBA is disparaging Reese as if they're envious of her transformation. Porvachakit wrote an article asserting that Reese prepares for a $250,000 unparalleled salary. If Andrew Reese had been older, I would have reprimanded her for her remarks because I would have said something like, "How naive can you be? Yes, I am the reason we watch women's basketball, and I want you all to understand that for someone who has been earning a respectable $81,000 a year with the Chicago Sky, that's like a gold mine opening up." Fans are going crazy, and not in a good way, but who could blame them? Angel Reese joining the league's top league isn't just a game changer for her career. It seems like women's basketball has entered a completely new era, as if the WNBA had just been dealt a curveball for which it was unprepared. Rhea is a wonderful player, but she is nothing like Caitlin Clark. When she is on the basketball court, she is creating a new standard. Could this be the beginning of a significant career gamble or a new chapter in the sport? Only time will tell. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU, so it's been difficult for me, but I've tried to give myself a little grace by adjusting and adopting the attitude that we should just move on. And Kate, this is the most games we've ever lost in our lives. Angel Reese is living her best life, and let's face it, she is the one who knows how to stir things up. She isn't just on the court, though. Her abilities are creating waves, and she's also making a significant impact off the court. The Unmatched League, a brand new basketball league established by 2 industry heavyweights, Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart, has discovered a true gem. Everyone has an opinion about what transpired in that game because of Caitlin Clark. The Chicago Sky's Angel Reese, who was essentially a walking double-double the previous season, has signed a deal worth $250,000. And that's not even the cherry on top. She also receives an equity stake in the league. Just take a moment to consider that a player who is already making waves is now taking control of her future. And Apologetically Angel is a new weekly podcast, and I would have thought, how naive can you be? But she is young, she's only 22, and the scrutiny is real. That she has endured is unacceptable, it's outrageous, repulsive, and incorrect, and now for the humorous part. The same Angel Reese who could dominate the paint like a pro, grab rebounds like it was no big deal, and leave defenders in the dust is now on a mission to add a new skill to her repertoire. Reese's new job comes at a time when she's receiving a lot of attention for something she's not exactly famous for, her three-point shot. Weapon for her arsenal, however, people aren't exactly celebrating this. Rather, they're reacting negatively, gripping their phones, shaking their heads, and leaving comments like, is she really going to change her game this drastically? The true question is it smart for Reese to take on the three-point shot, or is it just going to mess with what made her a superstar in the first place? I don't take disrespect lightly, and she disrespected Alexis and my girls, South Carolina, who are still my girls, so I wanted to pick her pocket, but I only had a moment at the end of the game, and that was all I was in. First of all, when were you waiting to pull out this kind of thing? CLK is undoubtedly a hell player. My purse Angel Reese hasn't been shy about the grind she works out every day to get that shot like she's actually working. A fan page even shared a video of her making a few straight threes, which is really incredible, isn't it? Some claim that although the internet has been quite popular, it hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows. Reese's three-point journey isn't exactly smooth sailing, but hey, it's a work in progress, right? Angel Reese was criticized harshly on Twitter for having a pause between receiving and shooting very few vertical yikes. We all know that in basketball, even a split-second delay can mean the difference between a block or a clean shot. There's no beating a big, big bad. Wolf, but then kind of cry like Kurz, the cowardly dog, and no one seems to care when the villain gets caught. Angel Reese, you have proclaimed yourself to be the best, but wait, there's more social media commentary, and it's not exactly sugarcoating it, as one person says she wants to be like Caitlin Clark, who is the women's basketball sharpshooter. Although it's unfair to compare Reese's developing shot to Clark's established range, each basketball player has their own journey, and it's not always about living up to someone else's game. She has a 34.4% shooting percentage and makes threes from places that most of us wouldn't even dream of. Angel readdressed the reporters, but she didn't address. What fans are most worried about, according to the media following the game against Caitlin Clark, is whether or not Angel Reese will lose sight of her true strengths, those post moves, those offensive boards, and her commanding presence in the paint. Let's not forget that she recorded a record-breaking 172 offensive boards in addition to 446 rebounds last season. Powerhouse Reese is in the field of. The reason we watch women's basketball isn't just because of one person, it's also because of me, and I want you all to understand that. To be honest, it's a little bit of a head-scratcher. She uses her size, strength, and skill to control the paint, but now she's focusing on a three-point shot, and fans are worried that it will undermine what makes her so dangerous. Some fans are happy to see how she develops, while others are a little more wary. One fan even said that she should be boosting her paint percent and post-game skills. Overall, though, she has made the decision to branch out. Reese's field goal percentage of 39.2% from fair point last season was respectable, but there is undoubtedly space for growth. The most intriguing aspect is that fans are actually criticizing her for her knee problem during her shot. According to basketball experts, when they touch together while she's shooting, it's a warning sign for many people and typically indicates some major issues with balance and shooting technique. Could this be an indication that Reese is simply not comfortable with the long-range shot yet? Perhaps it's similar to watching someone learn to ride a bike with training wheels. You know they'll get it eventually, but for now they're still working it out. She makes fun of Caitlin Clark after winning the national title, and she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates, so she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark before playing off. Angel Reese has kind of embraced a Draymond Green role here, even though Caitlin Clark was knocked down in that game on Saturday. Meanwhile, she has to prove herself in the Unmatched League. We're talking about an 8-week season, and now she has all eyes on her as she balances court drills, gym time, and developing this new aspect of her game. She is under a lot of pressure because she has fans who support her, but she also has a lot of expectations. If she makes a three-point shot, she will become an even greater threat in the league. But if she fails, people will have plenty to say, and you can't really blame them. If you're getting paid $250,000 to learn a new skill, you better do it well, and now envious WNBA players will have the chance. Players like Angel Reese will now have the opportunity to test their star power in order to earn that credit. But this is where things get interesting. From her college days at LSU to her rookie season with the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese has proven herself to be a resilient player who thrives under duress. Perhaps the three-point shot will be the least of her concerns because she's A. Women who are capable of adapting, changing, and breaking down barriers. If there is one thing that Angel Reese excels at, it is proving others wrong. Now let's discuss the future. Will Reese become a stretch four who can hit threes consistently while still dominating inside? If anyone can do it, it's not impossible. This could be the time when Reese changes the game because the Unmatched League is giving her the ideal stage on which to display her new abilities. The world will always be watching both the doubtful and the believers, and if Angel Reese continues to put in the effort, maintain improving her three-point shooting, and continue to dominate the boards, let's just say that we might be seeing the birth of a new Angel Reese, and we promise that the wait will be worthwhile. Angel Reese is aware that a ring is on the way. With a staggering $250,000 contract, Angel Reese's decision to quit the WNBA for the newly established unrivaled league has everyone talking. She has created waves off the court as much as on it. As a result, some are. Some are thrilled while others are doubtful. Is she establishing a new benchmark for women's basketball, or is this a dangerous bet for her career? One thing is certain, the status quo is being upended by Reese. How do you think this audacious move will turn out? Leave your comments below with your opinions.